Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally done. The Coldborough Park Farm version 2 update is complete, and it has been sent into Giants for their approval, and you should have it by the end of the week, so I'm very excited for that. Now, when I say the end of the week, don't carve that in stone. It's up to Giants. If they find anything that they would like BulletBill to address, they're going to kick it back. He's going to address what needs to be fixed and then resubmit it again. So projecting the end of the week. But in the meantime, I would love to give you an in-depth, detailed tour of this updated map, as BulletBill has been very generous to give me a pre-release copy. So, and he has also provided me with a long laundry list of modifications and improvements. And as promised in the first video about this, I'm going to go over everything in as much detail as humanly possible. So let's go ahead and get started right after this.
Silent scan.
All right, so I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can, but it is quite a long list of improvements and fixes. So what I would suggest is, as I go along, take some screenshots if there's things that you think you might not remember or forget, but things that are of special interest to you, because there's a lot to go through here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is in the Mod Hub menu, in the beta section, you're going to find the Chop Straw mod. You're going to want to go ahead and download that. This map is prepared for Chop Straw, and you could take advantage of two things. There's the textural component, where it sprays it out on the field, like you would see in real life, and then there's the fertilizer component, where you can cultivate it in as a fertilizer. So, well worth the download. So let's go ahead and we'll have a look at the Chop Straw. Alright, so I'm going to keep all the HUDs on the screen. I know it's not as pretty, and it might be annoying to some, but I want you to be able to see exactly what's going on and what controls are being used, everything. So we're not going to do a pretty job. We're just going to get a good section here where I can show you the spread. But I think I did more farming today preparing the map than I have been creating my videos. So there's that side of the component. Okay, real quick. So now in this barn in the main farm, you have your custom shop. So you can come in here. If this was able to be customized, you'd be able to customize it in here. While I'm here, I'll just show you there's a water trigger over here, and it does work. So that's great news. And then the fertilizer works. There's your seed, and that's in this little courtyard here. Okay, so as you see, field 9, that's that little strip that we harvested and is ready to be cultivated in. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So, I mean, there's a little bit left. It doesn't show on the map because it's so small, but you could see that it is working as a level 1 fertilizer. Okay, so the other thing I should mention here that he put in here while I'm on the subject of fields is there's missions only on fields 110, 14, 15, 17, and 18. So one thing to keep in mind, any field that's grass, they do not have missions. So it's only going to be a selection out of the arable fields. And like I said again, that's 1, 10, 14, 15, 17, and 18. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop over and show you about the bales. And while I'm here, I'm going to show you an often missed water source that we talked about in the pictorial preview of Coldborough Park Update. So let me put it down just to show you. So if it's on the bale fork and you bebopping along here, boom, you're going to hit the hedges. However, if you lift it up high enough over the collision, you're going to roll right through. So that's pretty awesome. That's amazing. So there is something else to be aware of with this. There are only certain bale trailers that will pass through the hedges with bales on them. Okay? It's pretty much the Acusen square bale stacker, the round one, and then that little silver one, which I'll show you anyway, that little Acusen one that does 3 bales. So there you go. That passes right through with the bales on there. Let's just go ahead and pick it right up, and we'll give it a toss. And as you see, it's not going nowhere. Now, this watering hole is just a, well, I guess you'd call it a little bit of immersiveness as far as, you know, backing into the watering hole to get your water, but it is not free. It is going to charge you. All right, here we go. As you see the money going down. All right, my water was full for the cows, but let's see if we can, I fast-forwarded time a little bit. Let's see if we can't put some water in here. There we go. So you back right up to it till you get the fill trigger. And you're going to hit letter I on your keyboard. And it's full. All right, so one other thing I'd like to show you that he mentioned here. The bale feeding rings here and in the sheep yard. These are not to feed the animals, so don't bring your hard-earned bales over here unless you want to sell them. So there you go, $270. 270 pounds. So you're going to have another one. It's right over here on the left. So this, you can sell your bales in as well, and as well as over here. All right, another little demonstration. So here's the in-game Acusen baler, and I'll just try to clip through the hedges over here for you. We'll go down here where there's no flags. Tractor goes through, and so does the bales. All right. So here's the little Acusen. I don't particularly care to clip through the hedges. Even when I'm playing off cam, generally I don't do it, you know, unless I'm in a real big hurry and I'm setting up the map. And as you see, this one, this in-game one, will not. So it's the round and your traditional round and square baler, and then the little Acusen stacker. Those will go right through. And I did try it with some modded trailers, and it does not work. So, but the standard ones are the ones that he outlined. Okay, so now while we're here, so you can turn traffic on and off while you're in the game. To anybody that didn't know that, just press your escape button, go over to game settings, and it's the third one down. And they go at a good clip too, as you see. All right, so next on the list was the pedestrians down here. So there we go. We have a little bit of extra life going on down here. People milling about and shopping to see what livestock they'd like to make a bid on. All right, so what's next on the list? We're back at Chantry Farm. So the silage clamps now, I put some chaff in there and fermented it. It does not come through the walls. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing that I have learned. These silage blades, these are the culprits. They make the silage texture clippable. Because I noticed, even when I was pushing it, I went and hit the back wall, and while it was loaded on the shovel, it would appear on the other side of the wall. But as long as I didn't put the shovel down, which would unload it, I pull back out, and it goes right back where it belongs. So as long as you don't go out beyond the walls, it won't go through the walls. So, yeah, it worked out very, very well. And I pushed it up against the sides as much as I could. And, I mean, nothing. Nothing at all. I could show you around the back. And there we go. Nothing. Excellent. Okay, so new fertilizer and seed refill triggers. All right, so as you see, press letter R to refill the sower. We'll put some sunflowers in there. And we could fill up fertilizer on this as well, but I'll show you on a proper fertilizer, liquid fertilizer spreader. Okay, refill sprayer. There you go. All right, refill spreader. And there you go. So they are functional on all properties. So next on the list, new tree and hedge textures. So he's made the hedges a bit darker, so they look a little bit more lush and lifelike and not so washed out. So you're going to enjoy that. And as you see, they even got some little, like some little insect damage on them and everything. So a lot of nice detail put in there. The trees, they look much more green and lush. Did a really nice job. Oh, and I like this barbed wire fence, by the way, too. Okay, so here we are over at field 24, and while I'm here, I'll just go ahead and highlight the fact that he does have new gates placed around the map. Really nice. There's two different styles. There's the kind that has the latch over the top, and then there's this one. And just press your left mouse button to open and close it. You don't have to hold it, just click it once. And then to purchase the fields now and to do missions on the fields, now this one won't have a mission because it's grass. You got the real estate signs, which is a really nice touch. So just press letter R, get up close to it, and you can purchase your field. Here's field 10. Oh, the sign got taken over a little bit. So this one has one of the missions, so you can go ahead and harvest the field. All right, so next on the list is these little clamp areas. I don't think they're traditional like silage clamps. I think it's for like, your dry grass or your sugar beets or whatever. You can put them in here. And then there's another one called a coppice clamp down at field number 13, and I'll show you that. So if you remember in the FS15 version, this is where the sugar beets were, and I think potatoes also. There was two conveyors here, and this is where you stored your sugar beet and potatoes. So this is just a big coppice clamp area. Really nice, and it's a nice flat surface too if you wanted to put a placeable of some sort. All right, so here we are up at field 27. Yaten Ridge is down there. We'll be going there next. This is the Bale sell point. Another Bale sell point, I should say. Actually, I don't even need to get in there. So I'll just show you. So it takes all types of bales, round and square, and as you see, and silage. There you go. All right, so here we are at Yaten Ridge, and like I said, the horse stable's right down there, just beyond those trees. So you got a little storage area here. There's the for sale sign to purchase the field. Your free-range chickens. This is where you get your pig slurry. This is where you'll collect your eggs. And then you've got more storage back here, and there are gold nuggets throughout the map now. So you can go ahead and earn yourself a cool million. Now with these doors, ooh, that one hurts my teeth with the squeaking. Light switches. Because the left click button works the doors, you're going to hold the middle mouse button. You click it to turn the lights on and off, and as you see, this doesn't have lights inside, it has the lights outside. Go ahead and turn that off. So that's how you work all light switches. It's not going to show up on the menu up there in the corner. It doesn't tell you because for some reason middle mouse button doesn't show up on anything when it's mapped as something. That's a good thing to take down as a note. So here's where you're going to go ahead and deliver your pigs after you pick them up at market. And then you can blow your straw in right from here, and you'll feed them over here as well. So you can blow your straw over there, or you can go inside there and blow the straw in. That's a little bit more realistic. And then, of course, your water will go here. And if you didn't see what I was talking about on my Lawfolds map tour, if you have troughs out in a field and you get confused as to which one does what if they're both empty, the watering troughs always have a more rounded bottom, kind of like a little bathtub. So they're always rounded more at the bottom. And then the feed troughs are always square, and they're kind of at a wedge, like an angle. So that's how you can differentiate. Very easy to do here, but sometimes you'll get them out in field, and you might get a little confused. Got some seed pallets in here. We'll test to see if those work. I'm sure they do. And the silage clamp, as stated before, he did remove it from the Yaten Ridge farm. So you'll have biogas. You have one at the biogas and one on Chantry. All right, so here we are down at the biogas. So as before, your lumber yard is over here, and your silage clamp's over there. I want to show you something else first. So you can sell all your bales in this bin over here. And I'll show you a straw bale. Let's see. Probably going to go right over. Did it go in? Yep, it did. Hey, what do you know? I'm not going to quit my day job and sign up for basketball camp just yet, but nope, that didn't go in because I didn't hear that. Oh, there you are, you bugger. Get in there. So there you go, folks. I think you're getting the gist. There we go. So it sells all the different types of bales in there too, inside of your silage digester. And then here's your silage clamp down here, and I did work very hard and diligently to try to push it through the walls here, and nothing. It won't even clip through on the inside. I didn't lose an ounce of silage. Okay, so what else down here? Here is your slurry. Let's go ahead and press R. Now, your wood chips are sold down at the Biomass, and that's down just past the dealership. It's almost to the end of the map. Biomass Heating, H. So here we are. So you got Wednesday stores over there to the left, and then your biomass is down here. And this is where you'll do your wood chips. Okay, so next order of business, you saw the pig manure. So the cow manure appears in the barn, and so far, as I've been speeding up time, it appears in this enormous heap in the middle. So you're going to want to keep up with your manure scoopage. There we go. So you could take it out of here. So we'll take it out of here on this side. And it's going to go right around the back. There's your manure storage bin here if you're not directly overloading into a spreader. I mean, you could put it anywhere, but it's nice to have a designated place. There you go. Okay, so while I have this, BulletBill thought it would be good if I showed how to feed the cows. Feeding the other animals is pretty straightforward, as you see. But feeding the cows, he said some people seem to get a little confused, so we'll do that. One thing I'll point out here is this is where your wool pallets will spawn now, just outside the sheep barn. So this is where you drop off your sheep. This is where the pallets will spawn. So keep that area free. You don't want to park anything along there. And this is where you'll feed them. And then your water will be on this side. So feed, water. Alrighty, so feeding the cows. So you're going to pull in through either one of those little doors, the one on that end or that end. And then you're just going to pull up to this side of the trough. The side with the manure on it and the straw, you can't feed them in there. So, and then you're just going to press your letter I, because you see in the right corner, down in the lower right corner, the little tip trigger symbol comes up. And out it comes. Another thing is, here's another example to keep track, keep up on your manure. It will start to overflow into the feeding troughs. It doesn't affect it, but, if you're playing realistically, you don't want manure in the cattle's feed. So that's going to prompt you to really, take care of your animals. Okay, so we've seen how to water the cattle and how to feed them. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a straw bale here. Throw it in there. There we go. Give her a toss. Press X to fold the back of the blower up there. Oh, there you go. Now, I'm going to go in the other way, and I'm going to see if it'll blow over into the little stables there. So it blows into the stables if you go this way. And it's going to fill up both sides anyway. So there you go. Now, what I will show you over here is I got a grass bale. We'll go ahead and pick it up and plop it in there, and you can hand feed them. All right, so another thing he had mentioned, and you'll probably find it more prevalent up with the pigs, but the animal feeding areas have been adjusted, so it makes it possible now to, the dirt doesn't go in under the trough, so you can clean it and get 100% now, cleanliness. So as before, some of the food would probably, that spilled out, would get stuck underneath it. So that's all taken care of now. So, and another thing to mention is the field definitions have been improved, so you won't be getting that "stop, you don't own this field" message anymore. He's also improved crop coverage on mission fields. He's done some terrain smoothing in some places. There's no gates clipping into the ground, and tip collisions have been improved on all sheds, barns, and manure bunkers. And as we've been seeing, they work just wonderfully. Now, one other thing I want to mention while I'm in here. All the other sheds are pretty straightforward. Lighting in this shed. If you click on this one, click your middle mouse button, that's going to turn on your outside light. And let me make it dark so you could see better. There we go. So that turns on your outside light, and that's the one in the area where you drive in to feed. Now, if you would like the lights in the barn over there, go ahead and open that up. You're going to find that right over here in the area where the cows come in to have their lunch. So you just open that door like you saw, click the middle button, and there you go. Now they can see what they're eating, and that poor soul, he's eating his own manure. And as you see here, when you fill up in there, it'll come out here. So I hope that ends anybody that's been a little confused. I hope that ends the confusion with that. Now here's one thing, the only thing that I can't seem to figure out. I see that the cows are generating milk, but I can't pick up the milk. So what I did do was I have that Soymilk factory, and it comes with a placeable cell and fill trigger. So I just put that down, and I can fill the milk up that way. I can take it from the tank, and then I put the other trigger, the cell trigger, down at Winnestay stores. There's a bay there for selling milk, but I went down there with milk and it wouldn't unload, so there doesn't seem to be a trigger in there. I could be wrong. I could be doing it wrong. I don't know. But at this point, that's what I am going to do. I'm going to put the fill trigger here and the sale trigger down at Winnestay at the milk bay, and that'll be that. And I can leave a link in the description for that mod if you would like to have that. You're also going to need the universal tanker set, and I have that link in my description for all my old stream videos, but I will put it down in this one as well, so you can have that, because the standard water trailer here doesn't do milk. Alright, I'll just show you real quick since we're here. Here's the slurry pit behind the cattle shed, and as you see, it works. You can fill right up. Okay, so this is the main farm, Coldborough. And this is where you'd fill up and tip your grain. So he's made the roof clippable, so if you have some high tipping trailers, they won't do that spaz dance hitting the roof. So let's see how that goes. I don't know if this one tips high enough, but let's go ahead and start. And there we go. And I don't think this is going to tip high enough to illustrate, but I mean, if you have a real ginormous trailer, I guess that's going to take care of it for you. Okay, so here we are at field 1. The first thing I want to show you, this is the other style gate, before I forget. So there you go. Again, just click the mouse button one time. You don't have to hold it. So that's that one with the top latch. Now it says that the spawn point for equipment for the missions have been improved. So let's start a mission, and let's see. Yeah, well, if the gate was open, that would work out very well. So here we are at field 14. Let's try a mission here. Oh wow, I spawned right in the tractor. That was probably just luck, because I was standing right in the space. That is awesome. Alright, so some of the other things to mention. New and improved textures on many map objects, terrain layer paint texture improvements, and we have certainly seen a lot of that. Very nicely done. Foliage improvements. The flags at the dealership for the console players, they're no longer black, so they show their proper branding. So the hotspot spawn locations have been improved. Alright, so Winnestay stores. So let's go ahead and we'll fill up our fertilizer. As you see, that works. I'll just show you that this works for seed and fertilizer. So there's the fertilizer going in, and then there's your seeds going in. Right around back here, you're going to find another water fill-up point. So you can fill up your water tank down here as well. Okay, so while we're back here as well with the water, the wool sell point is right around the little corner here. And then for those that are new to the map, here's where all the here's the grain dryer, so you can sell all your grains in here. And I think potatoes and sugar beets. Yep, and there's a gold nugget in there. Haha. Spoiler alert. Okay, folks, last but not least, so we're up here at the top of the map at Yaten Ridge again, and as you pull in, that's where you're coming in, down over there. If you take a right behind your, well, what I would call the sugar beet and potato storage over here, you're going to see a little barn over here, a little shed. So you're going to have a fuel box back here, and it does work. And then if you back into here, this is where you'll get your fertilizer from. And as you already see, it says refill sower, so it's going to do the fertilizer portion. And then to do your seed, it's in this shed over here. Just back right up in there. And as you see, it's already saying to refill the sower, which is great. So the trigger is really nice because as you see, you can't back into here with that. It'll hit. I can lower it and get in there. But, you know, in real life, you wouldn't want that dragging the ground like that. There we go. So one thing I would like to say, it's hard to tell now because I had to speed up time a few times to grow the grass, but you can kind of see it over there. I love the grass texture on this map. When you cut the grass, it actually changes a lighter color where you've cut, and the grass swath rows are a different color, so you can differentiate them from fully grown grass, which is great. That's just another little thing that makes this map a pleasure to play. Okay, folks, so I think that's it. So I'm sorry, I know it was very choppy, and it, you know, really wasn't, you know, very epic as far as story goes and, you know, things like that. It's a little bit of a dry cracker, but this is essential information that you need to know. If you still have any questions, please do message me down in the comment section, or you can email me, or join our 3dudes.gn forum, 3dudes.gn.com, and you can PM me on the forum as well, and I'm happy to help you out any way that I can. So I will leave a link for the Google Doc so you can have a list of the changes. And as promised, I'll leave you a link for the soy milk factory so you can have the milk sale and refill triggers. And hey, why not make yourself some soy milk? And for the universal tanker set. So keep your eye out for that little update button. If you have Coldborough already, you're going to get an update symbol on your map in your game HUD. So go ahead and update that. Start a brand new game. There's just too many changes here. It's not going to run right if you try to do an existing game. You might get away with porting over your vehicle XML. There's really usually nothing in there that'll hurt anything, and I don't see much going on as far as movement of the buildings go. But honestly, I can't tell you for sure. He could have moved them a few inches either way, and I wouldn't really know. So if you don't mind, start a brand new game. It's well worth it. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in. Please let me know what you think down in the comments section. And until we meet again, my friends, take great care of yourself, okay? And bye-bye for now.